Hello everybody, I'm Jude and this is Lammy, and together we are Little Lamb Tales. Remember, you can always follow us on Facebook or on Twitter at the end of the story. This week has been a lovely week for Lammy and I because it's been National Storytelling Week, so we've been very busy telling lots and lots of different stories. So we thought we'd choose an old favourite for today. Lots of things that you can join in with, so sit back and let's get started. Here we go. You get a bit scared in this one, don't you, Lammy? But you'll be okay. Long, long ago, and the whole of this area was woods and trees, there was a little cottage, and in that cottage lived a lady and her son, Jack. And oh, they were poor. They didn't have a lot of money, they didn't have a lot of food, and things were getting worse. It was so bad one day that Jack's mummy said, "You're going to have to take the cow to market and sell her." "Sell Daisy?" said Jack. "Yes, I'm afraid you'll have to." And so Jack and Daisy set off through the woods to the market. And as they walked, they saw a little old man up ahead. He was a wizard, but Jack didn't know that. And the man came up and he said to Jack, "That's a fine cow. I'd like to buy that cow from you." "Oh, well, that would be great. It would save me going all the way to market. What will you give me for her?" "I will give you these magic beans." "Magic beans," said Jack. "That's so cool." "Okay, give me the magic beans and you can take Daisy." And so the wizard gave the magic beans to Jack, and Daisy went off with the wizard, never to be seen again. Well, Jack ran all the way home and said, "Mum, Mum, guess what? How exciting. I got rid of the cow before I even got to market." "Brilliant, Jack. How much money did you get?" "Well, I didn't actually get money. I got these." And Jack held out his hand with the magic beans. His mum looked at them, and she looked at Jack, and she looked at them, and she said, "What do you think you're doing? Selling our cow for beans? What's that going to buy us? You're going to have to go to bed without anything to eat because we haven't got anything in the cupboards. Silly boy." And with that, she sent Jack off up to bed and she flung the beans out of the window. Poor Jack went to bed and he curled up and he went to sleep, and his tummy was rumbling. He was that hungry. And in the morning when he woke up, he thought, "Oh, crikey, it's dark in here. It must be raining." But when he went to the curtains and pulled them back, it wasn't raining at all. Instead, an enormous beanstalk had grown right outside his window. It stretched up and up and up to the clouds. Well, Jack was like lots of young boys. He saw that beanstalk and he thought, "Oh, I'm going to climb that." And so he set off, and you can join in with this bit. And he climbed up and 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 up until he was at the very top. And coming out of the clouds, he saw in the distance an enormous castle. "Oh, wow, I've never been in a castle," said Jack. "I'm going to take a closer look." So he ran up the path, and when he got there, the castle was absolutely enormous, far bigger than for normal people. And there was a great big door and then a little door by the side. Jack thought, "I'll go through that little door." He went up to it and he opened it and he crept in and he crept along the corridors. And everywhere he went, in all of the rooms, was enormous furniture, enormous beds, enormous chairs. Oh, Jack suddenly caught the smell of something good. "Oh, it smells like bacon. Oh, and eggs. Oh, I'm hungry." And Jack followed the smell all the way down the corridor to the kitchen. And it was the most enormous kitchen he'd ever seen. And cooking in there was an old lady. And she was cooking the bacon and the eggs at the frying pan. And Jack thought, "Oh, that smells good." Well, suddenly the old lady said, "Come on, it's lunchtime." And Jack thought, "Well, she can't be calling me. I wonder who it is." And then he heard, "Oh no, here comes the bit Lammy gets scared at." Fee, fi, fo, fum, I smell the blood of an Englishman. And he heard this giant footsteps coming down the corridor. And the old lady stopped cooking and she said, "You're absolutely daft. There's nobody here but me. There's no Englishman. Sit down at the table and have your lunch." Well, as soon as Jack saw the giant, he thought, "Oh, crikey, I better hide." And so he decided to go and sit on top of the fireplace. And so quick as he could, he scrambled up and up and up and up and onto the top of the fireplace. And he crept along the fireplace. And then he noticed there was a cage. And in that cage was a goose. And he looked at the goose's foot and round the goose's ankle. I don't know if geese have ankles, but never mind. And around his foot, he had a little sign that said Rose Cottage. That's our cottage. That's the goose that was stolen one night and we never saw it again. I bet that was that giant. And so Jack crept along and he went up to the cage and he said to the goose, "I'm going to get you out. Don't worry." Meanwhile, the giant was eating and eating his breakfast and his dinner and his lunch. Nom, 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 nom. "It's very good this," he said. "I'm going to have a nap now." And he put his head down on the table and started to snore. Jack thought, "Quick, this is my time." And he opened the cage and he grabbed the bird and he tucked him under his arm. And he crept along the top of the fireplace and he went down, 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 down. And he crept over to the door and out he went. But he caught his toe and it made a noise. And the giant woke up. "What's going on?" "Fee, fi, fo, fum, I still smell the blood of an Englishman," said that giant. And he got up and he started to look. And Jack thought, "Oh no!" And he ran as quick as he could with the goose under his arm. And he ran and he ran and he ran and he ran. And the giant spotted him. "Ha! I did smell an Englishman. Fee, fi, fo, fum, I smell the blood of an Englishman." And the giant ran after Jack, and Jack was running as fast as he could, and the giant was running as fast as he could. Oh no! And Jack got to the top of the beanstalk, and quick as a flash, and you can join him, he went down and down and down and down and down and down and down until he got to the very bottom. And he looked up and oh no! The giant was also coming, and the giant got one foot on the top of the beanstalk. And Jack thought, "We can't let him come down. Mother! Mother! Bring the axe as quick as you can." And Jack's mum came running with the axe, and Jack got the axe and he chopped and he chopped and he chopped and he chopped. And eventually the beanstalk fell with a crash and the giant was stuck at the top. "Oh, Jack," said his mum. "Oh, goodness me, what a worry you gave me. Are you okay?" I'm fine, Mum, I'm fine. But I went up and I saw a giant in his castle and look what he had in a cage." "Well, I never," said Jack's mum. "That's our goose. It's got Rose Cottage on its thing round its foot. I know." "Well, at least we'll have eggs now. I'm sorry I shouted at you, Jack, but we were having to worry about food." "I know, I'm sorry, Mum. I should have sold the cow properly. Never mind, I'll make us a nice scrambled egg." Well, the next day, a very strange thing happened when Jack's mum went out to collect the eggs for breakfast. It wasn't a normal egg. It was a great, big, golden egg. And from that day on, that goose only ever laid big, golden eggs. And so Jack and his mum were never hungry or poor again because they sold their golden eggs to buy whatever they wanted. And you know something? They lived happily ever after. The end. Well, we hope you enjoyed that story. Lammy certainly did. He's a bit tired now after all that running around. And we hope you enjoyed the rest of National Storytelling Week. Enjoy books, they're great fun for everybody. We'll see you next time. Bye.